Three guys walk into a bar.
Gonna find my baby, gonna hold her tight, gonna grab some afternoon delight. My motto's always been, when it's right, why wait until the middle of a cold, dark night, when everything's a little clearer in the light of day. And we know the night is always gonna be there anyway.
Welcome back, bar crawlers. It is good to see you again. We are three guys walking to a bar, and as always, I'm Rob.
I'm Charlie.
And I'm Nathan.
There's going to be a lot of singing today, and you will find out later. So until we get there, though, we actually have two wonderful questions. More than one, guys. Usually we have one question. We have two today, and I'm very excited. First one comes to us all the way from Dallas. Dave from Dallas, wonderful human being. He asked us, which movie or TV monster would we be honored to be eaten by?
Or killed.
Or killed.
I wouldn't say
Or
eaten.
killed. Yeah, wait.
They're monsters. They eat, right?
I mean, they don't all eat people.
Yeah.
I guess you're right. Okay, I apologize.
Yeah.
Killed or eaten by. Charlie, you start.
All right, well, a few of mine... one of mine's a movie that I haven't seen, but doing some research on this, I came across it, and I thought it was really, really interesting. It was from a movie called A Monster Calls, and it doesn't have a name. It's just called The Monster.
Is that the one with the Groot-looking thing?
Yeah.
Oh.
Big tree-looking monster.
Yeah.
But apparently the premise of the movie is the monster comes and tells you three stories, and you have to tell it a fourth story, and if it doesn't enjoy your story, it kills you.
Oh.
Yeah. It was a very interesting premise to a movie, and it was a very interesting looking monster, and I thought that was a pretty cool twist on a monster.
So, I mean, okay, I like the story.
Yeah.
But the idea of dying because you're boring sounds...
Right? Yeah.
Touche.
Yeah,
Touche.
so that would just get me.
A few of my runner-ups were the Pale Man from Pan's Labyrinth.
Yes.
The guy with the eyes on his
very
on the
cool,
hands.
yeah.
Love the
Really
soundtrack
crazy.
to that, by the way.
Oh, such a good movie. Such a good movie. And also Dren from Splice. If you've ever seen Splice, the DNA spliced creature that grows up, falls in love with its creator, and then
Adrian Brody, right?
Yeah, it was Adrian Brody.
Yeah, gross.
And then gets crazy and kills people.
Yeah.
And like it humanized it when it was like falling in love with the person who made it and getting jealous. So that was what it was for me. But my winner ultimately ended up being from a TV show, not from a movie. And it's one that you guys probably won't know, but it's the Weeping Angels from Doctor Who.
Second time in 3 weeks we're bringing up Doctor Who.
Can't help it. It's a great show. So the Weeping Angels, what they do is they're creatures of the abstract. So when you're looking at them, they're just stone statues. But when they're not being observed, they're faster than you can ever imagine. And if they touch you or get to you, whatever, what have you, they don't like kill you in any way, shape, or form. What they do is they teleport you back in time and feed off of the energy of your life that would have been and just let you die in the past.
You lost me at the word creatures.
You described to me the ghost from Mario, where if you look at it, they don't move. But then you turn away, they come after you
In
again.
a way, yes. But much more complex.
Fair enough. May I go?
Go
I wanna,
ahead.
I want to go second on this one. So, I mean, we have the normals, Godzilla, King Kong, blah, blah, blah,
Yeah,
boring. I came down to two. The first one is Audrey 2, which is the giant plant from Little Shop of Horrors.
Very good answer.
Yes.
I almost put that on
one was
mine.
on, like, I was like, ooh, that'd be cool.
It would be mostly because I'm going to get a fantastic song before I, feed me, yeah. So I would just enjoy it. But my number one, and if anyone hasn't seen this movie, please go out and do. It's on Amazon right now. I would love to be taken out by the Velocipaster.
Oh, nice.
Why did I know? It was between that one and Jaws because you love Jaws so much.
Bruce the Shark is on my short list. But the idea of being eaten by the Velocipaster, which the second half becomes a kung fu movie somehow, I don't even understand. It would just be it would be a joy to be a part of that film.
That does not
Very
surprise me
good.
with you.
Awesome.
Nathaniel, you're in.
Well, if I were to want to be eaten by somebody, it'd probably be Hannibal Lecter, which isn't really a movie monster, but like he'd make a good meal out of me.
He would.
My answer, though,
With some fava beans and a nice Chianti.
That's gonna sound great in people's earbuds.
my answer though is Selma Hayek from Dusk Till Dawn.
Yeah,
There
you know
you
what I'm
go.
talking about. All right, all right.
Selma Hayek's best role.
It's one way of putting it. But yes.
Yep. Getting eaten by a sexy vampire lady.
What's better?
I'm actually at a loss for words.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Well, there you
Very
go. I
good.
like that. Dave, thank you for the question. We're just going to move right on up the country here. So we actually have Katie from Kansas City.
Oh, go Chiefs.
Go Royals.
Go Royals.
They're bringing it up, aren't they?
Go.
This is
They're
other
in
Kansas City
they're in
team.
the best division in baseball.
you
Where
go.
they rank among those teams?
She asked a question because we are food snobs we're fat guys. We love to eat. But she asked us, what is the superior breakfast carb? And she actually gave us options.
Okay.
She wanted to know between the pancake, the waffle, and the French toast.
Should we all say it on 3?
First off, there's definitely other carbs that can go in this.
Well, the number one's not even on the list.
What would you say the number one is?
It's a donut.
See, I was thinking, because I had this for breakfast literally 2 days ago, was crepes. Are not
Crepe-
on the list.
a thin pancake.
Thin pancake, so that counts as a pancake.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
There's a whole...
So, Nathan, you seem to agree.
Yeah.
Think that we're all going to agree on this.
I don't think we're all going to agree. I just want to know all of our answers at once. And then we can
okay,
argue.
count to 3, sir.
1. No. Let's go backwards.
Oh, man.
3, 2, 1.
Waffles.
Pancake.
Everybody had a different answer.
All right, Nathan, state your case.
Well, first of all, Charlie said the best breakfast item is a crepe, and that is basically
I didn't say
just
the best breakfast item is a crepe. I said that's missing from the list.
Yes, yeah, I
Oh,
got you.
okay. All right. Well, pancakes are probably the most versatile. Different ingredients, different. French toast is just like it's French toast. Okay?
You can stuff French toast. You can do different toppings on a French toast. French toast is the best one, I would say, with a bananas Foster topping. But, that's just an argument I have.
No. Waffles are basically just a different version of a
A
pancake.
crispy pancake.
But it has
Yeah.
like the nice crunchy edge or like outer shell, but it also has little pockets for your
Syrup.
syrup.
Well,
so that it's
if
not
you
going
want a
everywhere.
crunchy thing, just get a pancake and cook it a little longer.
The one thing that made me possibly go to waffles was chicken and waffles.
chicken and waffles is my favorite meal.
But
ever.
good.
I think we're taking these as individual things, not as a chicken and waffles meal.
I have a question. Have either of you guys ever eaten a waffle or a pancake, no butter, syrup, or anything? Just
Why would you
as
do
is?
that?
I'm
I'm not a monster.
But
No.
why? Yeah.
Yeah, no, they're gross, but I'm just asking if you've done it before, like if you've taken the plunge.
If we are, but okay, I'll give Charlie this. If we are talking no butter, no syrup, no other ingredients, just strictly their individual things, French toast wins.
Oh, French toast does win. Yeah, that has more.
Because it has the most.
Yeah,
It's
we
the
got the
best
cinnamon
flavor
nutmeg already.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Going back to your question, Rob,
yeah,
have you
yeah.
eaten it without anything? The only time I've ever done that is an Eggo waffle out of the toaster and just go.
I mean, that's not our real.
That's not real. exactly. But I thought about it and I was like, oh.
So I'm glad we all agree that donuts are the best. So
I would say if we're going for versatility, donuts are definitely the most versatile.
donuts are number one,
Like, you
by
can't-
far.
By far.
So thank you,
What
Katie.
about kolaches?
Oh gosh.
Those are
I've
good
ever told you the greatest sandwich I've ever made using kolache?
We've talked about
Oh,
that. You and I
gosh.
have.
Well, we've never on air though. Tell the people. Tell the people what they need to know.
Go to Kolache Factory, right?
Yeah,
Kolache
Factory. They have sausage gravy stuffed kolaches. Get those, 2 of them specifically, and then travel to your favorite chicken shop. I picked Popeyes, but there's multiple other
We've
places.
discussed
We've already-
that Popeyes
yeah.
is the correct one.
Yes. And just buy the chicken tenders themselves. You don't need to get anything else, just the chicken tenders. And you're creating a sausage gravy kolache chicken sandwich. And
Sounds great.
it's my wife did it for me one day. I came home.
You told me about it.
I know. I came downstairs and on the counter were these items for me to make it myself. It was great. Oh, it was wonderful. So Katie, the answer is donuts. So we'll add that to your list there. But thank you for the question. Before we go any farther, I want to thank everyone as always for listening to us, but make sure you subscribe, review, and we cannot say this enough. If you guys really, really love what you hear, we want to share this, this fun podcast we have every Monday. We want to share this with more people, and the best way you can do your part is just go to that review button, click 5 stars. If they ask you why, just say because we asked you to. It's fine, but just get some 5 stars wherever.
No less than 5, though.
Yeah, no less than 5. If it's out of 6, you can do 6.
Yeah, actually, why stop at 5?
Right. Crank that bad boy up to 11,
Excellent. But again, thank you guys so much. You can find us on social media, Facebook, Twitter. And if you guys do want to email us any questions, we'd love to hear from you. It is 3 guys walk into a bar.
3 men.
Oh, it is. I apologize. Oh, man. 3 men walk into a bar. The number 3 men walk into a bar at gmail.com.
I wonder if that email address has been getting any emails, because the only reason for you guys to know that we have 3 men is because 3 guys was already taken. I wonder if that email address is getting any questions.
Oh, my gosh.
We should email them from our email and go, hey.
I love that idea.
What do you think, guys? Getting any good suggestions over there?
They're like, we just like to talk about beer. Why are they asking us these questions for? We are today deciding that we are going to... Oh, Nathan's
just
pumped.
so excited.
Go ahead, Nathan. Tell the people what we're doing.
Sports.
He's getting his sports fix in, guys.
I felt the erection hit the table. It was weird. But we are actually putting together our Mount Rushmores of sports movies. And I love sports movies. We all love sports movies. They're inspirational. They're funny. A little sad sometimes.
I love them.
Everyone loves them.
Even Charlie loves them.
I love sports movies because they don't have to, I don't know. You can still have a good story.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't have to just be sport. I mean,
in real sports, that's the ultimate reality TV show. There's no.
We know
reruns.
Nathan loves reality TV.
Yes.
Love it.
Nathan, do you want to kick us off? You're so pumped. Just kick us off.
I feel like there's only one movie that we should start off with because it is the best. It's the first ballot Hall of Famer, in my opinion, as I'd assume Rob would agree. It is 1976's Rocky.
Film of the year, Rocky.
It definitely deserves a spot on this Mount Rushmore. It is not on
100%.
my list of favorite sports movies, but I know that it does deserve this spot on Mount Rushmore, period.
It is also my number 1. It's my Jorge Washington.
When I think of film Americana, it's Rocky.
Oh, they built statues for him.
Yeah.
I mean, again, I'm not arguing in any way, shape, or form that this deserves to be on the list.
All right.
Hands down, no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
And you know what I love about it? Not only the real true story behind it, so Chuck Wepner is what it's based on. It's some nobody that went 15 rounds with Muhammad Ali. But also, it's one of the few sports movies where he doesn't win in the end.
Yeah.
You always like to you respect that.
I mean, as a person that's a big fan of villains in general and most things, I was really happy to see Apollo Creed get the victory.
It's just about going the distance.
Oh, it's good.
It's just so great.
And the
You're going to
soundtrack.
make me start singing Go the Distance and where to go.
And the soundtrack is fantastic, too. So we can skip me because that's also my number 1 is Rocky. So go ahead there, Charles.
I mean, I really didn't tier these out like a tier list.
Right.
The one I feel like we would be remiss to talk about at least is Hoosiers. I mean, I wouldn't say it. I wouldn't say it's necessarily got a spot on this Mount Rushmore, but we're in Indiana. We are Hoosiers.
I will say, look, I have one question for you guys up front. Are documentaries excluded?
Yes.
Okay. Then if I were to pick a basketball movie, it would probably be Hoosiers.
Over Space Jam?
Space Jam's on my list too.
I take that back.
Hoosiers is fine. I've seen it.
I think we just needed to at least mention it.
It exists.
and say, okay, we're Hoosiers. This is
the Pacers literally wear jerseys of that
movie.
team from the movie. So,
but it's a movie. That's all I got. That's all. Yeah, I don't really know what else to say about it.
So in light of that, I will go for a real suggestion since we all mentioned Space Jam. I'm not going to do that one. Sandlot.
Boo!
Why do you hate Sandlot?
All those, The Sandlot, The Goonies, all those movies are the most overrated movies ever, in my opinion. I think they just...
Rob, please help
Rob?
me here.
Help me,
I
please?
can't help you here.
Oh, you're against me?
I
We
am.
talked about this earlier.
But I can't say it's like an awful film. I enjoy it. It's The Beast. It's Hercules.
But it's not.
James Earl Jones.
James Earl Jones is a lot of things.
Yeah.
Lion King. That's a good movie.
It's a great movie.
Doesn't mean it's great because of James
He was the
Earl
voice of
Jones.
Vader.
Yeah, exactly.
Probably
Sandlot.
Sandlot is not near. It's not on my list.
Okay.
It's not even my favorite kid baseball movie, which is on my list.
Is it Rookie of the Year? I was
Rookie of
gonna
the
say.
Year is my. I prefer
I'd go
that
with
film.
Rookie of the Year over the Sandlot.
Hey,
What are you guys
I'm saying
talking
iconic
about?
movies that I like as sports
Sandlot
movies.
Sucks.
I'm not a sports person. These are the movies I put on the list. I put Shaolin Soccer on my list.
But the scene where they all take dip to tequila and they go on that ride at the fair and then vomit everywhere, it gets me every time. It makes me chuckle. It does. But Rookie of the
not
Year is where
fun.
it's like, 'cause Chet Stedman's on there. You got the Rocket. And then my sister actually bought me a T-shirt for Christmas. And it has all of the wrong names that the manager calls Henry Rollingardner through it. So it's just like
that's a cool shirt.
Rosenberger, Gardenhose, all this. So I'm a big fan. And we rewatched it a couple months ago. Holds up immensely. It's a wonderful film.
All right, so while we're on the topic of baseball movies, I'm going to throw a couple out. I had a double feature this morning. I watched 2 sports movies in preparation for this.
Okay.
One that I've never seen before, and one I was double checking to make sure it's great. I'll get to that one in a second. The one I've never seen before is Moneyball.
I loved that movie.
What an incredible movie. It is my favorite baseball movie. That being said, if I were still to nominate a baseball movie, there's no better than Field of Dreams.
Oof.
Wrong. Wrong.
I do love Field of Dreams.
You guys are not even talking about the greatest baseball film ever made.
Go for it.
Fever Pitch.
Look at no.
Major League?
Nope. A League of Their Own.
Oh, okay.
I was going to say, it's a League of Their Own.
Own.
Yeah, it's still not as good, though, but yeah, it's good.
It's the best one.
No, it's not.
There's a fan conspiracy theory on that movie that I just read about. I was actually very excited about. They say Dottie Henson dropped the ball at the end of it on purpose because the game meant more to her sister than it did to her. But we'll never know.
I mean,
Did
I
you-
wouldn't.
But, Rob,
Yeah.
if you build it, they will come.
Yeah, I saw the movie once. It was fine. That's all I got. I saw it once and it was fine. Look, can we talk about comedies?
Yes.
Yeah, I had 2 comedies on my. Well, we talked about this beforehand. I've got 3 comedies on my list. We'll talk about the third one that we talked about.
Okay.
My 2 were Shaolin Soccer.
What?
Wait, what is it?
Shaolin Soccer.
I have
that's
no idea
gone.
what that is.
That's out of here.
I mean, it's not going to make the
Oh.
Mount Rush.
Yeah. I'm like, I don't even know what the hell that is.
But my other one
Bend it like
was
Beckham?
no, God no. My other comedy that made the list was Waterboy.
I love the Waterboy. It's
it
not
was
on there,
between
but I love
Waterboy
it.
and Happy Gilmore for the one I was going to put on this
No.
list. But Waterboy made it.
No.
It's not on the list, but I love that movie.
Let me say this. If we're going to talk about, I guess it's a football movie, right?
Waterboy? Yes.
Yeah.
I have 12 movies on this list.
Good God, sir.
Not a single one is a football movie. But if
Really?
you were to sit me down on a couch, put me in front of a TV and say, what sport do you want to watch? Probably 10 times out of 10, I'm picking football.
You didn't like Friday Night Lights?
Yeah, Friday Night Lights. You've got
I found
Remember the
12
Titans?
movies. I figured 12 movies are better than those.
If Caddyshack's on that list, I'd be so pissed at you right now.
You want to talk about it? Because
So-
you bet your ass it is.
Worst damn
I'm
movie.
stepping
your
away
ass.
from this argument.
The
Yeah, you
funniest
bet
thing
your-
about that film is a gopher dancing.
No, it's not.
It's awful.
It's Chevy Chase's best role. He's hilarious in
Chevy
it.
Chase's best role is Christmas Vacation.
You're just mad because there's not a lot of LPMs or laughs per minute.
Yes.
But the laughs...
we're ranking like we're getting a meter going on here.
LPMs. I love that. Sorry.
Well, I think that's a fair way to judge a comedy.
It is.
If that's what you're looking for, is LPMs. Caddyshack may not have a lot of them, but god damn it is an entertaining movie. That was the other movie that I watched this morning in my double feature, and I was so joyous throughout. I thought it was so great.
Oh gosh, the only good things about that film are Kenny Loggins and a gopher. It's the only good things about the movie.
No, the quotes, man.
So if we're talking LPMs for comedy sports movies, this is the one we talked about beforehand. Ace Ventura #1, Pet Detective.
That's not as.
It's not a sports movie, but it's way funnier than Caddyshack. I know. I literally have to side with Caddyshack before that, based on the criteria, and that hurts me. My comedy sports movie is actually The Replacements. I don't know if you have you seen.
I don't think so.
Essentially, a football team goes on strike, and they get a bunch of scrubs to fill in, and it's Keanu Reeves. Keanu Reeves is great, playing Shane Falco, and Orlando Jones is in it. So it's just one of those. It's a very stupid comedy, but they do the electric slide while they're in jail. So that gets me.
So we need to make a Mount Rushmore here.
Yeah, I guess
we need to make a decision.
We know Rocky's on
One more to
Rocky's on
shout
the
out
list.
though in terms of comedies. I got a wild card.
Ooh,
The Big Lebowski.
Oof.
I mean,
The comedy that I put on this list that I didn't put on my list that I thought about was Dodgeball.
Dodgeball. Oh man, I didn't even think about Dodgeball.
I'm kind of all in on Dodgeball right now.
All right, let's do it. So we got
As much
Rocky.
as I love The Big Lebowski.
No, you did good there. That was great.
awesome.
Yeah.
So we got Rocky. We need
Yes.
3 more.
Yeah.
If we want to throw one comedy on there,
I'm down for
I'm
Dodgeball.
down for Dodgeball.
I'm down for Caddyshack, but
That's 2 on 1. Caddyshack's the worst. We're going Waterboy before we go Caddyshack.
no, we're not. No, we're not.
Can we
Come
all
on,
agree
get
that Space
real.
Jam's on that list?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. If we're gonna do any Bill Murray movie.
So we've got 3. We need a number 4. What are we going for?
We got to go back serious.
Okay.
Okay.
I feel like Baseballs has the best sports movies. I feel like we have to include a baseball movie.
I mean, are we gonna make Charlie pick?
We know what I'm going to pick.
What is it?
It's going to be Field of Dreams. Sorry,
Yeah,
Rob.
that's all right. I forgive you.
That's fair. It's Kevin Costner's best role. You got to admit that.
Oh, God, have you seen Waterworld?
Ooh,
Have you seen The Postman? I didn't know Kevin Costner had good roles. I apologize.
Love Kevin Costner.
Sure you do.
Whatever.
Sure you do.
Whatever.
Final list. What was it again?
Rocky, Dodgeball,
Space Jam,
Field of
and
Dreams.
Okay.
Caddyshack should be on there.
No, we'll move on for that one. We are going to go ahead and get into our tier list. If you are wondering what's with all the singing today, it's because we are going to discuss our favorite musical scenes from non-musical movies. So for this tier list, we are actually taking just our favorite musical moments from movies that are not musicals. And we're going to start at the bottom, of course, and belongs in the basement, Bassment.
Oh, I didn't even
yeah.
get it at first.
Yeah, no. I like it. Next one up, fell a little flat. My favorite ones. Nope. I gotta make it memorable. Right in the middle here. Needing some minor tweaks, nothing major.
I got to give you props on that.
I know, right?
It still hurt me inside, but I still liked it.
Nathan dies a little bit inside every time we do this.
Then second from the top, we have Strikes a Good Chord with Me.
Okay.
And at the very top, An Octave Above the Rest.
Okay.
Let's just start off. We're going to start off with my favorite movie. Let's just start with Wayne's World. This is the Bohemian Rhapsody scene from the very beginning.
Great scene. Fell towards the middle of the list for me because some of those other ones were. I feel like I do that every day. Every time we do a tier list, I love so many of these so much, but something has to fit the middle of the list.
Right. See, when I took a few notes on each and every single one of these, there are literally like 5 of these that I wrote, oh, this one's my favorite. Oh, this one's my favorite.
Yeah.
So this is probably top 3 most memorable. Mm-hmm. And personally, I love it a lot. But in terms of like a pure musical moment,
Yeah.
it doesn't quite live up to some others because it is just a few guys jamming out into a car listening to the radio.
That's what I loved about it, was that it felt like a just jam session with these guys just hanging out in the car. But again, it wasn't musical enough, I think.
I think that was my issue with it. Like, when I say this is my favorite movie, literally, this is my favorite movie. And the one problem I had when I actually just watched the clips on their own, back to back, is the dancing scene or like whatever to really make you get going with it was just the head bobbing,
Which is
With-
great.
which is
With
great.
the drunk guy in the back was just so good.
Yeah, so I would say for me personally, kind of sits right in the middle. Maybe it fell a little flat.
I would say minor tweaks.
Minor tweaks,
Nothing major.
Nothing major. I want Nathan to say it.
It needs a few minor tweaks.
I'm glad you said I appreciate that.
But nothing major.
Whatever.
Minor tweaks.
Whatever the
nothing
rest
major.
is.
Next one, if we're really going to talk about some dancing here, is 500 Days of Summer.
Woo!
Ooh, Nathan's excited.
It's to me, there's one thing I don't like, and that's Joseph Gordon-Levitt not singing. However,
Yeah.
when it comes to pure showmanship, oh my goodness, the way that the fountain springs up. Also, one of the things that I love about musicals is the way that music is a metaphor, and I think the metaphor of his happiness. I think, if I remember correctly, this is like one of the first times where they like get together. This is right
It's
after.
really early. It's like 37 days in, I think.
Okay, so yeah, it's pretty
Very
quickly.
Well, it says it at the end of that scene.
Ah, gotcha.
Okay. Anyway. So yeah, about a month or I don't know. This
Right.
is when you truly start to fall in love with somebody, maybe, or like really start to get these feelings for people. And the way that the movie just portrays the joyous and the dancing and the high-fiving everybody comes off super cheesy to anyone
does,
not
it does.
into it, but it was so great.
And I completely agree with you in that I wish Joseph Gordon-Levitt was singing because he is a great singer. If
Oh,
you've
yeah,
ever
he
heard him
is.
sing, he's a fantastic singer. I think that the star of that, act or performance or whatever was the choreography.
Oh yeah, easily.
Because there's the one scene in the song where he's talking about, hey, put your arms around me, and there's a woman who kind of like does some ballet move around him when he's got his arms up. It was
nice.
super cool.
Have you guys ever wanted to do this? Like, there have been times where I've left my house with my headphones
flash
in.
mob?
Yeah, and like I'm like, I love this song. I'm just doing a nice little strut myself.
Yeah.
But then I just want everyone around me to have a choreographed dance to what I'm listening to, and just
That would be so cool.
I know I need this in my life. But yeah, it just made me happy.
We'll plan it for your birthday.
It struck a good chord with me. That's all I have.
Right.
It was just nice and fun.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Oh, we're in agreement. Today's going to be a lot of agreeable on this stuff because I'll be honest with you, we like most of all these.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
there's
Like
there's,
I said.
there's almost none on this list that I was like,
So wait, which one struck a good chord? Second from the top?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's perfect.
Yeah, it's wonderful. Next one we have here is Ferris Bueller's Day Off, which is the twist and shout during the Chicago Day Parade.
that one was so much fun for me. I put it at third on my list.
It's the OG in terms of stuff like this. It's probably the most memorable scene. I don't know. I really loved it, but like, I don't know.
This is the one that is my least favorite movie, and it's my favorite musical scene that we have here.
You
Wow.
don't like Ferris Bueller's Day? That's beside the point.
Yeah,
We
we'll move on
we
to
were
that.
on different pages, by
Yep,
the
we
way.
are. Okay.
In terms, yeah,
We're talking about this specific scene.
there is a lot of marching bands in some of these.
I love that. Yeah,
musicals,
marching
so.
bands, the choreo. How it starts off with just him like just singing this and that, but it just turns into like the entire city
So
of
grand.
Chicago, and it just got huge and big. I loved it. I got sucked up in it. I just don't find the movie funny. It's a fine movie. I just don't find it funny. But like
This scene specific.
yeah,
You
this scene's amazing. It's huge. It's big. I love it.
Nathan is just
I know
teeming.
he's fuming
He's
over there.
just-
You can go.
I can hear him
getting
breathing.
hot.
You can go. You can go play a burp piano and chuckle all you want. It's fine, all right. But no, this scene specifically was my favorite of the bunch we watched.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, I
like
put it at number 3. So I mean, Nathan, where did it fall for you?
For me, it was towards the bottom, but that was just because I did love a lot of these. So I'm fine
Do we
with
want to
wherever you put it.
throw it maybe down to the second one then, not all the way up to the top?
I mean, I'm fine. Yeah, if you have the
I
bottom.
mean, we're gonna have a
middle, yeah,
stacked top of this list no
We
matter
are.
what.
I mean, Ferris Bueller was one of my favorite movies growing up, so I'm fine with putting it at the top.
Yeah. Octave above the rest you go, my friend. Next one we have, a little bit more romantic. 10 Things I Hate About You. This is where he sings Can't
Yeah.
Take My Eyes Off of You on the
Yeah.
football stadium.
So I've never seen this movie before.
so
Oh, it's a good movie.
It's so good.
Yeah.
oh my God, this scene was awesome.
Yeah, it was great.
This
It was
was
a lot
so
of
great.
The weight behind the singing in that one was
Yeah,
just great.
Heath Ledger,
because it
who
was
knew?
nothing but other than that little bit with the marching band, it was just him and a microphone.
But then the marching band comes in, and it's so
makes it-
punchy. It's so
Yeah,
good.
it's very. You know what? I'm gonna say it. It's cute.
yeah, no,
Yes.
it absolutely is.
Yes,
It's-
that's
it
a
was
good
cute.
word
it's
for it.
it's a cute scene for a cute movie.
Absolutely. I would just say minor tweaks, nothing major, but that's me just being
That's-
the worst I could be.
right,
I
that's-
still loved it.
Yeah, that's
Mine hit lower on the list again because the other things were so good, but I don't want to go below minor tweaks. For
I
that
don't
one.
either. See this movie. It's a fantastic film.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
oh,
you would enjoy it.
absolutely.
You would enjoy it.
All
And it's a great Heath Ledger film too.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt as well.
R.I.P. Oh, he's in it too?
Yeah, he's in there as well. We're gonna go a little. Let's go funny now. Let's go funny. 40-year-old virgin.
I loved the scene, but this one went to the lower on my list because I liked the other scenes so much more.
See, for me, this one was pretty much closest to a straight-up musical, and I loved it. This is exactly what I mean about music being a metaphor in musicals. And if you've never seen the movie, it's like the very end. But the whole movie is about trying to get Steve Carell laid.
Right.
Spoiler alert, at the end, he finally gets laid, and it's this joyous...
What?
Yeah, it's this joyous, like, breakout, like, they start dancing through fields. It was just great.
My favorite is the wonderful like interpretive dance moves that they all four choreograph.
Yes.
It's a real
Shirtless.
funky scene,
Yes.
as it should be with that song.
Age of Aquarius too, which I love that song. It's wonderful. Saying that, I'm still kind of like, yeah, I would. Man, it does strike a good chord, doesn't it? I can't put anything low. I can't do it.
I feel like the lowest we're gonna go. We're not gonna put anything at the bottom. I think.
No, I
I'll
wasted.
put one thing at the bottom, but honestly,
I'm in
everything
agreement with you.
else is like top two.
Because I worked hard on these puns.
Yeah, okay.
we can't waste them. We cannot waste them. We striking a good chord.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, this is the most agreeable we've ever been. This is like getting.
Well, it's because who doesn't like musical numbers?
I know.
Quite a few
These are-
people, unfortunately.
It's unfortunate.
Oh, gosh, anyone here? No, good. All right, good. Top Gun.
This was the bottom of my list.
It sucked.
Yeah, I'm actually agreeing
The
with you guys.
singing was bad. It was like a 5-second like thing. I looked it up on YouTube and it had a 6-minute scene and only like 20 seconds of it was that. The rest of it was them explaining they're trying to get laid.
You know what bothers me about this one is besides, it's just a bunch of guys in a bar singing a song. When it's a bunch of over-the-top, good-looking dudes trying to be funny, it never comes
You don't need
across-
to be funny. We need to be funny.
Yeah, we're ugly.
They
We're-
came across as a bunch of fuckboys.
Yes,
Yes.
exactly. And
Singing drunk to a woman at a bar. Like, who cares?
Right?
It's exactly.
You could just walk up to her and go,
What's
"Hey,
up?
what's up?"
Yeah,
And she'd be wooed.
my biggest issue, and I complain all the time. It's when professional athletes try to be funny, and I'm like, you're a jock. Unfortunately, people, if you're a jock listening right now, just you do you. Leave the humor to the uggos like us. All right,
It's all we have.
it is all we have. Does this belong in the basement?
For me, it does.
BASE meant?
BASS.
I don't know about
Bassment.
that.
Bassment. But yeah, you're gonna be at the bottom. Anchorman.
That's the top.
It's not the top of my list, but it is like I would put it at striking a chord. Definitely.
I want to talk about the setup for that.
Okay. Yeah.
Because that was awesome. The most quotable quote, quotable quote in the movie. I almost said lyric. Quotable quote is "I love lamp," and that comes like 2 seconds before them breaking out.
Yeah.
It's the whole setup. And Paul Rudd talking about like, oh, I thought I loved a girl once, and Will Ferrell's like, oh, what's her name? He's like, oh, I don't know. I met her in a gas station bathroom or whatever. He's like, I'm pretty. That's a bad start. I'm pretty sure you don't know. And then they break
just
out.
sing about love.
Yeah. Oh.
It was third on my list, but still, it's an octave above the rest.
I mean, it hit fourth on my list. So
Yeah. So we're sending you to the top.
Crank
Anchorman.
it up. Yep.
Let's just stick with Will Ferrell and do Step Brothers.
number one.
Now, here's where I want to talk to you. So when I sent out our email, we were doing the very end scene where they're at the fucking Catalina wine mixer. Catalina wine mixer. But there's also, that's not even my favorite musical scene from that movie. My favorite is actually when
They're in the car.
They're in the car and they do "Sweet Child O' Mine" a cappella. That's the best of the bunch.
And so, see, for me, my favorite of that. See,
So flat.
Yeah.
So flat. Just so flat.
my favorite musical moment from that movie is Boats and Hoes.
Both of those, and that's the most memorable, I would say. Actually, I mean that one actually had its own thing actually afterwards. But so do we? Here's my question: even though I said let's do the Catalina wine mixer, do we want to put the totality of the movie?
We can, but I will say one of the best parts of the end song that we're talking about.
Porti Volare.
John
right?
C. Riley
with the drums.
reprises Boats and Hoes throughout.
he
And
does,
so
yeah,
it
he
kind
does,
of
he does.
merges the two.
drumming. Boats and Hoes.
My favorite is when they all have their own dream sequence of trying to remember what it's like to just be a kid and have fun, and his psychiatrist imagines him as a lumberjack. So good. So, are we putting it at the top as well? I mean,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's okay. Whichever scene you guys want to pick from Step Brothers, just pick one. It's yours or off the top. It's fine. Guardians of the Galaxy. So this is Ooh Child before the final
I've
scene.
had this
really.
song stuck in my
Dance
head
battle.
since we talked about this, or since the email for us to what we're doing came out. I was like, ooh.
You've sang it.
I've sang it
14 times before we hit record.
Since we started recording.
So this is one of the better movies, in my opinion, on this list.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I love this specific moment.
See, I think I do like this moment. I think I like the beginning musical scene
Where he's like
Yeah,
just
a little bit better.
dancing through the cave.
Yeah, Guardians of the Galaxy is a very musical,
Right.
in the
Yeah.
classic
Oh,
sense
absolutely.
of the word, movie. It's just,
And I think I like the first scene better because they harken back to it later.
yeah.
I'm actually with Nathan because I do love this movie, but it was actually second from the bottom.
Oh,
Yeah, it was
That
just...
hurts me.
Yeah, but see, and here's the issue. Guardians of the Galaxy being second from the bottom, it's like staring feet among feet below them is where Top Gun is.
Right.
So even though it's just above Top Gun, it's way, way above Top
so
Gun.
do we want to throw it? I mean, in the middle, minor tweaks, but nothing major.
I'm down for that, or are we leave? Yeah,
If Rob's okay with it.
I'm okay with that.
Since you had it second from the bottom,
I mean, it was still...
I mean,
yeah.
I feel like we're gonna leave that second to last category blank.
We are.
It's looking like it.
It is, because the next one...
yeah.
because the next one's Beetlejuice, the Deo scene, which is...
That is my number 2.
That's my number
Shake,
2. That's
shake,
so good.
shake, Sonora.
No. This is the Deo, where they're at the dinner table.
Yeah.
No, you're doing...
No, it goes later.
That's later. That's later. No. The Deo song is a... Daylight come and me wanna go home. What you guys are singing is where she... It's a
isn't that
different
the
song.
same song?
No, this is where she is singing at the end, up like getting with the ghost and the football ghost, and she's like after she gets an A on her test.
Sing the Deo song.
Deo, me say Deo, daylight come and me wanna go home.
I'm pretty sure that's the same song.
Me say day, me say day, me say day, me say day.
Is this song in public domain?
Who knows?
I don't know.
We're singing it in satire.
It is. Is it? We're gonna have to Google this sometime. Either way, the scene I'm specifically referencing
Is at the dinner table. I know
table.
which one you're
Yeah,
talking
yeah, yeah.
about, but I thought, yes.
With the snake, where the thing becomes the snake. Isn't that the same scene?
No. This
The
is
guardrail.
No, this is the one where the shrimp hands come out on their face. And
Oh,
they're
the
all-
whole movie blends together because it's so fucking weird and great.
It's wonderful. No, it's where they're having the dinner party, and Catherine O'Hare all of a sudden just starts like singing Deo, and she doesn't even realize it. And then they have like the one chocolate tarantula, and the guy makes a crazy face. It's wonderful. It's just
Nathan's so perplexed.
he's so
I'm
confused.
pretty sure it's the same song. I still can't get over that.
We'll have to go back and watch
Okay.
it.
Either way,
Either way, this is all fantastic.
Yes, my
Yes.
only note that I had is I love it, and I really need to go back and rewatch it because it's
'Cause
been
it's such a good
forever.
movie.
Forever, yes.
And can I bring something up? Number one, this is going an octave above the rest. There we go.
Yes, absolutely.
We talked 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, somewhere in there, on underrated actors. None of us fucking said Michael Keaton.
Michael Keaton.
Jeez.
What an
And
omission.
I love me some Michael
That's all
Keaton.
of us. That's on all of us. We bar crawlers. We apologize to you for not bringing
Yeah.
him up. I know you were yelling his name.
We're in the
as you
middle
were
of
listening.
the Keaton Sans.
Oh.
Yeah.
But yeah, so to go over the tier list here real fast before we go to the end here, it's Belongs in the Basement is Top Gun. We have No One Fell a Little Flat. And then some minor tweaks, nothing major, is Wayne's World, 10 Things I Hate About You, Guardians of the Galaxy. Strikes a good chord with me is 500 Days of Summer, 40-Year-Old Virgin. An octave above the rest is Ferris Bueller's Day Off, Anchorman, Step Brothers, and Beetlejuice.
It's a great list.
Great.
All right, guys. Our cocktail of the week is dedicated to a place we went to. It was
my bachelor party.
It was your bachelor party.
It was.
All right. But it was a place in Indianapolis called 16-Bit, which is an arcade bar that has some really interesting cocktails that they serve. This one was really, really good. We loved it, and it kind of inspired us to drink it a lot more in the days after. But it's called Kevin Bacon, and it's going to be 1.5 ounces of maple bourbon with some ginger ale, and then just a strip of crispy bacon in there, just to soak up that bourbon. Right? The memories are great on that one.
I don't remember anything from that night.
Right? I know, we drove to Taco Bell afterwards. All right, guys. Thank you so much for listening to us. As always, we're three guys walking to a bar. Bar's closed.